All right, shalom, 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 shalom. I want to start off this lesson by giving all praises, all glory, and all honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Dash, double honors unto my elders and my apostles, a great millstone, which are the men that rule well and taught us his truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations as always to the elect, man. And just wanted to make a quick lesson, man. Lord's will, the title will be We Need Deliverance. All right, and the inspiration of this lesson, man, really comes from, all the recent events, all the different prophecies that are going on right now, but mostly what inspired me to make this lesson is the different laws that are coming to pass. Basically the corporate takeover of everyday life here in America. People making good points on the internet as well, man, about how it's becoming a trend for people to start eating healthier. So all of a sudden there's certain quote unquote natural foods we need to watch out for, right? Because of the virus. I forgot the name of it, but that virus that gives you severe diarrhea and severely dehydrates you, and it's like nonstop. People can't hold it in. Different things like that. And also, like I said, the corporate takeover. Matter of fact, it's a spirit, man. The Elder Ariala just did a video, or just uploaded a video speaking about the end of autonomy, basically how your phone, your car, everything is built to track you, and we all know eventually it's going to lead into the MOT to the B for a full 100%. You know, Esau's full 100% ability to track you. All right, which at the end of the 24, with all this evil happening, we just need deliverance, man, and that's pretty much what I'm gonna touch on in this lesson. I don't have too many precepts. I got a few, but nonetheless, man, I'm gonna read the scriptures, man, because the Heavenly Father left us this comforter, left us the scriptures of so that we can learn and be comforted, okay, and to be warned as well, man. See, because what's gonna happen is with all these different because we're living in the police state, we're in a surveillance state already. We're not waiting for it. It's not coming soon. It's already here. I made a few lessons ago. I made a video talking about the flock cameras and the different legislations that pretty much allowed them to legally do this, because people are fighting back, but they're gonna find a legal loophole. They can afford to legally do this, meaning they're gonna find that way to make it to where you can't sue them, you can't stop it. The CEO of it now is already using, the owner of Flock is using the buzzwords. Oh, if you're destroying my cameras, you're an anti-tech, or you're an extremist, you're a terrorist. They're already using but once they use the buzzwords, it's over. They're gonna make it legislation. They're gonna make it illegal for you to even think about suing them. You know, and they're doing deals with Palantir, which, if you know anything about Palantir, it's all over, man. It's over for so-called autonomy. Well, yeah, it is. Autonomy. The ability for you to basically move freely. Ain't no more of that, man. We're in a police state. We're in a surveillance state, I'll say, not police state. I'll say a surveillance state. We're already being surveilled to the highest degree, pretty much. All that's left is, Esau to make it fully law and to see hip everybody, or to try to see hip everybody. So this is a Habakkuk chapter 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Bet the just shall live by his faith. Right? The just, all right, which is the Israelites, specifically the elect. They're gonna live. We're gonna have to live by our faith. Lord's will. We're the hopeful. Like Lord's will, we're part of that number. But what? We're gonna have to live by our faith, because that man who was lifted up, his soul is not upright in him. He's not upright. What's he doing right now? See, Esau was given the fatness of the earth, and instead of enjoying his riches and his kingdom, he's using his his freedom, so to speak, his power, to commit evil, to commit wickedness. Okay? Matter of fact, Micah chapter 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it. Salakia, when the morning is light, comma, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. So, with the power that they were given, what did they decide to do? They decided to, commit iniquity. They decided to devise iniquity. They decided to work evil upon their beds. They're not worried about having the best to eat and, multiplying children. No, like how we're going to do. They're worried about surveilling you, making sure you're not trying to rebel against him. See, that's the thing, man. This guy is the devil. And we say that he's the deceiver. He is a demon. He is here to steal, to kill, to destroy. He's not here to do you good. He's here to do you harm. Okay? And us Israelites that are in the know, we should be praying for deliverance and for the downfall, putting curses on this place on a daily basis because, shoot, hey, the Heavenly Father said it, man. If He didn't shorten the days, there would be no flesh left to be saved. This man is, you got killed. It's so much, man. You got kill gates with the lab grown meat. It's probably already in all the foods for all we know. But so far, as of right now, publicly, KFC and Taco Bell have basically are coming out with it. It's now it's FDA approved. You know what I'm saying? Which, by the way, that's the Food and Drug Administration. For those of you that don't know, for those of you that don't Google the terms that we say, okay, I gave you the answer. So that's the thing, man. That's why we say things like we got to get out of here. I mean, come on, man. We had the so-called Canada wildfires, right? Now there's speculations that it's fake, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Now, can I prove it? No. It is just very fishy that we had them crazy wildfires on Saturday, and as soon as we finished going live with the Akim, a big storm came. I'm talking about here in the DMV area now. A big storm came for 30 minutes. Boom, smoke gone, smog gone. 100% gone. You know, it was it was a little suspicious, but nonetheless, this devil is just if he really was just spraying chemicals, hey man, this guy is a demon. Salaki, if you hear like a fan noise, my laptop is probably overheating. I'm in my car right now. I'm on my laptop in my car. So they devise iniquity, work evil upon their beds. They practice it because of the power in their hand. Job 9:24. The power, the hand of Salakia. The earth, the power of the earth, the fatness of the earth, what was given to the hand of the wicked. Okay? So they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even in a man in his heritage, right? Because with the power he was given, instead of doing good, this devil is trying to do you harm. It's not enough just to have all the riches. Now he has to oppress you. Now he's you. Sirach 12 and 10, or 10 and 12, Salakia, right? This man is on a roll. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall you go haughtily, for this time is evil. Right? So the Heavenly Father has promised evil for what they're doing, and He's going to do it, man. So, because right now, hey, Esau is about to be met with resistance very soon, man. Like the Elder Ariala was going into in this lesson. It's called Path to the MOTB. It's just a Path to the MOTB lesson, but it's the subtitle or the subheading End of Autonomy. And he goes into a bunch of different things that I suggest you go and watch it. I'll link it in the description, or will if I remember through Spirit, man. But basically, Esau is gonna be met with a level of resistance by certain factions that exist, and that's where Second Ezra. See, that's the thing. All this stuff plays into these end time prophecies, Jacob's trouble, Salakia, because I have a feeling this fan's gonna be loud. Let me just turn on my AC. Salakia, like I was saying though, Esau is gonna be met with a level of resistance, and that's when Jacob's trouble and Second Ezra 15, Second Ezra 16, Jeremiah 30, all these different things are gonna start happening and taking place to where you know uh, there's going to be evil, there's going to be sedition among men, food shortages, people destroying one another with a sword. That's when all these different things are going to take place. That's when Esau is going to start to receive certain levels of judgment. So verse 3, I'm going to read it again. Micah 2 and 3. Therefore thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. Right, because in reality what's going to happen is, the Heavenly Father is going to allow it to all play out. Esau's going to try to, see-hip everybody, fail, get hit with missiles, and then be chained up. That's really the evil that he's going to receive is that slavery, that bondage. And that's, in turn, our deliverance. The scriptures say in 2 Ezra 6, what? That for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay? Revelation 11 and 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged. And this is not talking about when everybody goes and everybody dies and everybody is going to be in heaven and they're going to receive their judgment, and God is going to pull the handle and let you drop down to hell because you were being a bad guy, you were sinning, and like for my brothers that know about the Emperor's New Groove, where she would pull the lever and then I mean where that the evil lady in the movie, she'd pull the lever and then you fall through this hole. Like that's how Christians, read Revelation 11 and 18. That's what they think this is talking about. But they can't explain this, right? It says thou shouldest that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, which the reward for thy servants the prophets is what? Deliverance, the coronation, all right, headed by Yahushua, all right, um, allotted lands, the kingdom, that's the reward for the prophets, right? It says, and to the saints, which are the Israelites still, the chosen, right? And most importantly in these times, because it's not all Israel on this side, and them that fear thy name, small and great, right? The believers, right? And shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. So the Heavenly Father is going to destroy them which destroy the earth, which is exactly what these people are doing. I mean, look at what the nation of Esau has done with his power. You know, they didn't decide to rule the. They like to say this is a God-fearing country. They didn't rule according to the Bible. They didn't rule according to what they said that they were. This is not a God-fearing Christian nation. All these MAGA supporters talking about, oh yeah, I'm a Christian. Da, 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 da. You're not God-fearing at all. What about you is God-fearing? Look at what your people have done with the power that they were given. They destroyed the earth. You know, sodomy is running rampant. Disease. People are catching diseases from eating lettuce. These people, hey, that's why the Lord said what? It says that, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. It's time for these people to be destroyed for destroying the earth, for taking peace from the earth. It says, and the nations were angry. These nations are done with Esau, man. You know, it's time for what? The deliverance. That's why it said, because I started off with the evil that these people do, right? Woe to them that devise iniquity, and the evil that they do to us. It's time for that deliverance. Because it says, I'm going to read it again, Revelation 11:18, and the nations are angry and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged. And that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name. Because I spoke a lot about, the wickedness that's going on. Hey, that has to be spoken about, man, because really, the deliverance that we're going to receive is from those things. We're hoping to be delivered from the snare of the fowler. We're hoping to be delivered from the force of the sword. We're hoping to be delivered from the missiles. We're hoping to be delivered from every evil that's going to happen to Esau for what they've done, and to our people that are joining hand in hand with the wicked. It says, and shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great. And what's our reward is deliverance. But it says what? It shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. So let's go to Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. Right? Because that's the judgment for them, and that's what we're gonna escape. All right? Because what? We need deliverance. We need deliverance from this place, and our deliverance is their death. All right, us being delivered, us missing that judgment of the missiles is going to be judgment upon them. Right? It says, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that shall leave them neither root nor branch. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of a stall. Right? Which that's talking about Yahushua. Obviously, it says S-U-N instead of S-O-N, because what? Yahushua is that Son of Righteousness. He's going to bring forth righteousness upon the earth. He is that, like how they say, you know, there's always the sayings like, oh, there's always a better tomorrow, Oh, hey, the sunrise, the sun. Yellow is a sign of hope, is a color that brings forth hope, So Yahushua is that sunshine of righteousness, that hope, right? It says, rise with healing in his wings, because when he comes back, he's going to rise with healing in his wings. He's going to change us. He's going to change our flesh into flesh that can actually keep the law, statutes, and commandments, so that we don't go off anymore, and in turn be delivered from ourselves and from the missiles. We're trying to avoid Malachi. I keep saying Micah a lot. Malachi 4:1. We don't want that Malachi 4. I don't want to be burned to stubble. Hell no. That's why I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, man. Fearing the Lord, right? Doing the works. It says, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall, and ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be as ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts. So we're gonna tread down the wicked. All right, that's a part of our deliverance as well. That the wicked being trodden down for the wickedness that they've done, for the poisoning our water, our food, the minds of the people, the earth. You know, we need deliverance from those things so that we could tread upon the heads of the wicked, because they're going to be ashes under the soles of our feet. In the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts, right? Because once the Lord changes us, that's when we become the hunters spoken about in Jeremiah, or is it Jeremiah 15 and 16? You know, where the Lord sent for many fishers, then sent for many hunters, and we're going to tread upon the wicked for what they've done, man. Hey, the Lord's going to deliver us very soon, man, and we need that deliverance from those that destroy the earth. All right. Cause hey man, we're coming into some scary times, man. We're coming into times where, Esau is gonna bring forth more legislation. Soon it's gonna be very hard to live a functional life in America. Hey, very soon we're not gonna be doing this anymore because we're gonna have to be on the run. We're gonna have to be running and hiding from Esau because soon living a regular life in America is gonna require you to transgress Yahweh Shemi Shai, and we're just not gonna do that. Lord's will, we're a part of that number, man. All right, very soon we're going to be praying for deliverance even more. Soon it's going to be, is today the day we get out of here? Soon it's going to be tight, man. Soon it's going to be a tighter squeeze. Soon, everything's going to change. But hey, that's all I wanted to bring out real quick through the Spirit, man. I hope this was edifying and exhorting. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rachak, double honors unto my elders and apostles, a great millstone, which are the men that rule well and taught us his truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations always be to the elect man. Shalom.